From 6 levels of HSK to 9 levels of HSK. Find out how the HSK exams will change in the future and what this means for you.
Everyday Easy Chinese.
大家好，我是 Everyday Easy Chinese 的林老师, and we've received lots of questions regarding the changes to the HSK exam in 2020 and beyond. Now, for those of you that don't know, HSK stands for 汉语水平考试, which is a standardized Chinese proficiency test administered by the Confucius Institute headquarters, which is an agency of the Ministry of Education of the People's Republic of China. This means that it is the official go-to test if you want to receive a widely accepted qualification to study abroad in China, to get a scholarship to study in China, or to even find a job in China. On May the 21st, 2020, the HSK Official Twitter account posted this post talking about the reforms to the HSK exams in 2020. This is a big change in almost 11 years since the HSK have been in the current format since 2009. So let's dive right in and compare the current HSK test format and what will most likely be the new HSK test format. So here is the current structure. So currently there are 6 levels, and the total number of words you need to learn for each level starts from 150 total words for HSK level 1, and the total number of words you should know by level 6 will be around 5,000 words. So these are cumulative figures. As for the components of the exam, you have to take listening and reading components for all levels and a writing test for HSK level 3 and above. And currently there is no speaking component. That is part of a separate exam called the HSKK. Now here is the new structure. So now, as you can see, they've categorized the levels into 3 proficiency levels. So beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And each proficiency level will have 3 levels. And the total number of vocabulary you have to learn for each level will most likely increase. So whereas before you only had to learn about 150 words for level 1, now you might need to learn around 500 words for level 1. And by level 2, you'll need to know around 1,200 words altogether. So this is a cumulative total, which means that by level 9, you should have a full grasp of around 11,000 words. Apparently, vocabulary won't be so strictly categorized for the higher levels of 7 to 9. As for the components, there will still be listening, reading and writing components, but now there will also be the addition of 2 more competencies, which are speaking and translation. Now you may be asking why they're changing the HSK format, and there are said to be 3 reasons why these changes are being implemented. Number 1, to reflect the intricacies of the Chinese language, so the characters, syllables, vocabulary and grammar will now be more clearly defined to the beginner, intermediate and advanced levels, which means that if you do successfully pass level 7 to level 9, it means that you can truly say that you are an advanced Chinese language user. Number 2, to align more with international guidelines such as the CEFR and the ACTFL, which are international guidelines that describe achievements for foreign language learners. As you can see in the new HSK format, there are 3 levels to beginner, intermediate and advanced, and this nearly resembles the structure that is used in the CEFR and also the ACTFL international guidelines. And number 3, to fully reflect the components required for language competency. Whereas before, where you were only tested on listening, reading, and sometimes writing, now you'll also be tested with speaking and translation to reflect fully what you require to become a well-rounded Chinese language user. So what does this mean for you? So the addition of HSK level 7 and 9 might not really affect you. These would most likely be levels that you would require to study for a master's degree or a PhD degree in China. So if you are pursuing anything less than a master's degree, then HSK 1 to 6 will be sufficient for your needs and wants. However, what might affect you are the components now required for the test. Whereas before you can rely heavily on reading and listening and maybe writing, now you need to be a more well-rounded speaker, being good in listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And you'll also need to have a good grasp of even more vocabulary. So these changes are not likely to come very suddenly, like next month. You'll still have time to do the current HSK formatted exam. So make sure that you keep studying hard and also immerse yourself in as much Chinese content as possible. Now, don't be scared of these changes because these refinements will actually make you a well-rounded Chinese language user overall, where you'll be well-versed in different competencies of language learning. If you are interested in how the HSK exams will change, please like this video and also comment on what you would like to know, and we will try and find out. This will ensure that we know that this topic is of interest to you all. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with the latest changes which we'll be providing once we know. See you next time.